Now, I think we need to also ask who really is in charge in Thailand. Because if you talk to ordinary people today, people who voted for Thaksin, they will tell you how bad things have become. They will tell you that the reactionaries are in control. And they will end that statement by saying, and we all know who is behind this. And what they mean is, they believe that the king is behind this all. They believe that the king has organized the coup. They believe that the king is pulling strings everywhere. And if you talk to the people in the PAD, if you talk to the people in the army, in the old elites, they will also make similar statements that the king is all-powerful. Whether they believe that or not is another matter. Now in Thailand, it may seem strange for people who live in Britain or Europe, but in Thailand it's difficult to know whether we have a feudal monarchy, an absolute monarchy under the capitalist system, or a constitutional monarchy under democracy. Because the mainstream view of the monarchy in Thailand is that it's a mixture of all these things. That the king has feudal rights, that the traffic can be stopped everywhere when he or his son or anybody else wants to travel. Of course, in Thailand, the traffic never stops for ambulances. Never. Never stops for ambulances, but it will stop for royal processions. And the traffic in Bangkok is very, very bad. So we have this situation where the people don't really know what kind of monarchy they've got. And one person who asked this question, well, what kind of monarchy do we really have? Because in the constitution it says we have a constitutional monarchy. This man, Jagapop Penkare, he asked this question at the Foreign Correspondents Club. Guess what? He's been slapped with lèse-majesty charges for just asking that one question. Now, in my book, I asked the question, why didn't the king defend democracy? He's a constitutional monarch. He should defend the constitution. He should stop the military from staging a coup. Why didn't he do that? Why, when the king said that he didn't have the power to sack Thaksin, because a lot of people were calling for the king to sack Thaksin, he said, no, I can't do that. Why, when there was a coup, did he then support the coup? He supported the coup by signing the papers appointing the prime minister from the coup d'etat. He praised the prime minister. A lot of people said that Prime Minister Surayut was a good guy. Now, Prime Minister Surayut in 1992, during an anti-military protest in the center of Bangkok, he was a military commander, and he led a group of troops into the Royal Hotel in the center of Bangkok, which was a field hospital at the time, because the troops had been shooting unarmed demonstrators in the streets. He led people in there, and they kicked and walked over the people lying down in this field hospital. This is the man that became prime minister after the coup d'etat in 2006. This is the man that everyone said was such a moral person. This is the man that the king defended and praised. So, what is it then about the king? I personally believe, and I've written academic papers about this, that the king of Thailand, King Bhumibol, is not all-powerful. I think that if you listen to him speaking, if you look at the way he behaves in public, he lacks the vision of a leader. He can't really come up with anything particularly new. He can't come up with leadership proposals and so on. But what he is used to is living with the military dictatorships. He's used to a system where the military scratch his back and he scratches their back. They all gain benefit from having this vision of an all-powerful monarchy. I would put it to you that the present Thai king is someone who lacks character. He doesn't even have democratic principles. he's never stood up and said that Thailand should be a democracy. When he has said something, it is about the sufficiency economy, or to say that if Thai people have too much social welfare, they'll become lazy. And I think that it's very important that we talk about this. We talk about this especially at a time when he's getting very old, and it looks like they want to put his son on the throne. His son is hated and feared by a lot of Thai people. His son is someone who has absolutely no respect for women. Now, most people in Thailand have seen the video shots of the Thai king's son treating his present wife like a dog. He makes her eat cake out of a plate on the floor while he's sitting there, and she's completely naked and he's fully clothed. And he knows people are taking these pictures because there are servants in full uniform wandering around. That's just one little snapshot of the kind of thing that's going on in the palace. Now, I think that the issue of succession is one issue, but I think the other issue is that for too long, the people around the palace, the people who really have power, the military, the conservative bureaucrats and so on, they have claimed legitimacy from the palace. After all, they can't claim any legitimacy from democracy because they never believed in it. So they are dead scared that this legitimacy is going to go down the toilet when the present king dies. And so this is one of the reasons why they want to crack down on lèse-majesté. Now, I think the time has come for us to really talk about a welfare state in Thailand, real democracy, and to have a republic. And this is why I have posted my Thailand Gan Dang, Siam Dang, or the Red Siam Declaration. And people can read this on my website. I'll put my website up in a minute. There are also some copies outside, both in Thai and in English, that you can help yourself to. I think that it's high time that we talked about these things. I think it's very, very important. And I think that we have come to a stage in Thailand where a new civil society is growing up, because the red shirts are organizing themselves against the royalists. These are the red shirts. These are people who have contradictory ideas. Many of them love Thaksin. Some of them started out being organized by Thai politicians, but they've moved far beyond that now. They've moved to a situation where they have their own groupings from different provinces. This is a recent red shirt rally. So you can see that this is the rebirth of civil society. What about the old civil society? What about the NGOs? What about the social movements? Well, I'm sorry to say that they failed in terms of protecting Thai democracy. They, because of their lobby politics, because of the fact that they turned their back on a political analysis, because they were always trying to seek alliances with powerful people, they then got sucked in behind the fascist PAD. And I think that what we are seeing here with these red shirts is really the hope for Thai democracy. But nothing is automatic, and it depends whether or not they're prepared to organize themselves, they're prepared to develop their politics, and they're prepared to open up to new ideas of equality. They're prepared to respect gays and lesbians. They're prepared to campaign for the rights for abortion. They're prepared to defend migrant workers. These will be the key points of whether or not the red shirts can develop into a progressive movement in Thailand. I'll leave it here. Those are the anti-coup demonstrations earlier on. And that's the yellow shirts for you. Okay, I'll leave it here then.